small business. Big show. Angela's Business Mix.
Good evening and welcome back. You are listening, of course, to Angela's Business Mix. Here on 2SSR, we have our wonderful live streaming website available right now, even as we speak. If you go to our website, click on the on-air button in the top right-hand corner, and like magic, we appear. And you can listen to the dulcet tones of moi and all my amazing guests. A quick look at the weather. We're coming up to 7:24 to be exact. The rest of the week, big surprise, boys and girls, big surprise. Rain, 90% chance every single day up until the weekend, although the temperatures too vary. We're looking at 30 degrees tomorrow, 26, 25 for the rest of the week. I'm sorry, I am obviously the bringer of rain most of the week. But what can I do? It's good for the garden, and seeing as how I'm such a bad watering person on my garden, I need all the help I can get from various sources. Now, as we mentioned, if you want to follow us on Facebook, you will find all sorts of information about all our guests this evening, a lot of their blog links, their posts and their websites, and of course how to contact them. If you loved any of those segments, which I'm sure that you did, a quick, gentle reminder about the business survey we'd like you all to do. Please hop on and have a look and fill it out. We need your help to find things out about you to help you in small business. And of course, I have kept the best till second last. Now, Peter might be offended by that, but I'm sure my wonderful guest joining me in the studio. Now, she says she's a little bit nervous, but you know what? I don't think so. She's got a stunning pair of earrings on. I'm going to jump straight in there. Good evening, Orsi.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good.
And I'm going to have another attempt. Okay, Orsi Pakani.
Or she.
Or she.
It's he or she, and you just leave the he or she.
See, there you go.
See, people remember.
That's right. Now I will too. Now you have brought about an amazing new network called Women as Entrepreneurs. And that's our website as well, womenasentrepreneurs.com.au, and it's women empowering women in need. Now, we're going to get to the business, but I want to talk about you because you have a fascinating story to get you here today. So we've only just met recently. We're going to talk about our relationship and International Women's Day and the event that you're holding. But you are originally came to Australia as a student.
Yes, that's right.
In 2005.
Yeah.
So tell us all about that.
I am from Hungary. So I grew up in Eastern Europe, and I always wanted to travel and learn about cultures and just see the world. So I applied for a scholarship, which I won at the Budapest University I was studying. And that's how I came to Australia. I didn't know a lot about Australia. The scholarship covered all the costs involved, and that was what mattered to me at the time. I couldn't have gone further, which was also interesting.
Further away from Budapest.
Budapest,
yeah.
Exactly. So I thought that that's going to be a great experience for me. And so I came here as a 22-year-old international student, and I was offered to study whatever I wanted, which was an amazing opportunity.
What did you choose?
I chose environmental science because I was fascinated by the university, the faculty, and all the equipment of the laboratory here in Australia. It's very equipped. It's amazing what people do research here. And I wanted to do research. So back in Hungary, I did business. I studied a bit of business and engineering management. And here I finished an environmental science degree.
Which doesn't necessarily lead into setting up women as entrepreneurs.
No, but it does lead to wanting to change the world for the better.
And I have no doubt that you will. Now, you didn't fall in love here. You went back to Budapest or back to Hungary.
I did fall in love here a couple of times, but it didn't end up well.
Excuse me. But that's a whole other show.
Exactly. My first visa and the scholarship ran out, so I went back to Hungary to finish my master's degree there because I thought that I would have a better chance to get a PhD scholarship and come back. And that's when I fell in love with my partner, and he decided to come to Australia with me, to come to the unknown.
Well, what a great opportunity. And you told him all about Australia, of course,
told him
and all the
that's
amazing opportunities.
The best place on the planet. That's just amazing.
And this is true.
This is true, although we didn't count with the financial crisis, which
Yeah,
happened
bad-
exactly the same time we moved back. So he struggled to get a job at
Bad
that time.
timing.
But bad timing. But we worked through that, and we are still here, and we are permanent residents now.
So you've come back, you've done more education here.
I've done more study.
And then what was it? Just overnight you decided that, you know what, I'm going to set up a network called Women as Entrepreneurs.
I've always wanted to give back. I got a lot from this country, and I've always been fascinated by the freedom women have here. Because I'm from Eastern Europe, it's a very different culture. So I've been fascinated by the country, that it makes possible for people to reach for their dreams and to achieve their dreams if they really want to. If you work hard and you have a vision, you can actually achieve that, and people appreciate that. And this feels like home. It's a great opportunity. So I've been living on a scholarship which I got from the Australian government and the university. So I've always wanted to give back. So end of last year, I started a group called Women as Entrepreneurs, because my passion is to increase the number of female entrepreneurs who step into this space, because I think women leaders have the power to shape a better world. And at the moment, the majority of decision makers and top decision makers are men.
Which we're looking at changing.
Which we're looking at changing, because women can bring a very different way of sustainable life, which I think today's society and economy really, really needs in order to avoid an ecological disaster.
But you have chosen a difficult path, because setting up a network, and you're so committed and so enthusiastic about it, which completely amazes me, because I'm a little bit old and jaded and cynical a little bit. So I see all this enthusiasm that you have. You're so full of this commitment to the Women as Entrepreneurs. But it's not an easy task. Building this kind of a business it's a challenge. And you're finding that challenge, because you've got to communicate your vision. You've got to get lots of members, as many as possible. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Numbers is the goal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And getting everyone to believe in what you see, and to tell everyone else that too.
Exactly. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning along the way. I have learned so much in the past few months, and I have met amazing women who've been mentoring me and providing me with advice, which is amazing. And this is what keeps me going. And
So-
this is what we need. We need that knowledge to be passed on to the next.
Is it encouraging the sisterhood?
It's exactly. I think unless women believe that we are capable of achieving more, and not having a small business is great, and I think there are more women in the small business space, but we can't stop there. We need to get into decision making. We need to aim higher. And until we women don't believe that we can't get the support from the men, and we really need the support from the men. And there are a lot of men I've been meeting who are extremely supportive with women as entrepreneurs.
I agree.
And that's amazing, and we need that. But we first need to step up as
So,
women.
Tell us, why is profit making not a top priority anymore? And
Because
when
it's not-
when did that happen?
You know the movie when Michael Douglas says greed is good.
Yeah.
See, this is not the case anymore, because we're realizing that we are heading towards an ecological disaster, and we need to find sustainable ways of living. And what I think is that in the past couple of hundreds of years, it was great to conquer the world, and men have been doing that, and they've been great at it. But I think women can be better at settling down. So if we run out of carrots, men say, oh, let's move on to the next territory and find carrot there. Women say, oh, let's plant a crop, and then we're going to have it next year. So I really think that this type of thinking needs to be implemented in
Because
today's businesses.
A lot of women move into small business because they feel that they don't have a voice in another world. They're either stifled in that corporate world, or they've hit the proverbial glass ceiling, or they're not sure where their future lies, or they don't feel that they're supported in their work environment. So they leave their jobs and they set up either as self-employed or contractors or sole traders, or they set up their own small business with a goal, and suddenly they find themselves back in that corporate world, but on the outside because they're hired by this corporate world. They already know the whole, rigmarole of what it's like, etc., but suddenly they are perceived differently. Do you think, because it's not just about what others think of us, it's what we think of ourselves.
Exactly.
We don't have a deep enough belief
Exactly.
that we can do it,
Exactly.
or that, constantly we feel that we should judge ourselves by men, when it's not about that at all.
It's not. And women as entrepreneurs is not about just getting the numbers 50%. I'm not a feminist. It's not about that. It's about having diversity in that top decision making, where every idea should be counted in. And women have amazing ideas. And unless we don't take on more women, we're missing out on those innovations. And that's what entrepreneurship is about. And I think the future is in the hands of social entrepreneurs, because they are the ones who are going to come up with new innovations, new ideas, and can implement the ideas into business, because still business drives everything. And that's always going to be the case. And that's good. But there should be another priority as well, apart from the profit making. And it's great that you make profit, and everyone should make profit. But on the other hand, we should be doing it with the social thinking, with thinking about others, with thinking about the future.
Because it is all about sustainability.
Exactly.
Even in
business. And that's what I want to find and promote, that inside business you can find that you can actually make good and make money. And this is what we need to do. Drive as business as the way it is, but we're doing something good in the meantime.
Which is what Women as Entrepreneurs
is all about,
as we've known. Now, you starting this new business, what are some of the challenges you faced as a new business owner? Because it's the early days. It's those beautiful, glorious early days. It's like the honeymoon period. Sort of.
Yeah. I think finding the right people to help you, to get them on your side and to help you, that's one thing. And I find that in Australia it's very important, the networking, very important here. And I'm still learning that.
And in Europe, who is very important, probably even more so in Europe. I mean, coming from a Greek background myself, it always helps if you know somebody.
It always has, exactly.
But it's becoming even more important here, isn't it?
And it's great when people help each other out, and then they receive help, they give help, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. And there is freedom of information now. You can't. I have a secret. That doesn't work anymore. No such thing anymore. So we're really better off just helping each other and achieving something good together than trying to hide the business secrets. And
we're all in this world together, aren't we?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not isolated together. As an island.
We are in this together.
Now let's talk about your network, Women as Entrepreneurs. Now you have a Facebook page.
Yes, we have a Facebook page, Women as Entrepreneurs.
And
it's very easy.
It is very easy. And there's lots of great information there, because I love reading the posts because they're so diverse. It's not just you.
No.
A lot of people hop on there and put such amazing stuff. And not a day goes by when I don't actually learn something when I hop onto that Facebook page.
So Women as Entrepreneurs is not about me at all. It's all about whoever's supportive with this vision and whoever wants to contribute to that. It's all about those people. And whenever I hear someone who tells me that, one of your events inspired me to actually start that business I've always wanted to do, and to actually go there and start the blog I always wanted to start, that's just the most amazing feeling.
So let's tell everyone about the amazing event that you are planning.
Yes,
it's coming up on the 8th of March.
It's International Women's Day. I couldn't help not to have a big event on International Women's Day, because of the vision I have. And so we're going to have amazing speakers, female entrepreneurs. Angela is going to be the MC.
I am. I'm doing the hard job.
Amazing. Exactly. She's doing all the work for me. We're also going to have Maria Padisetti, who set up a non-profit called Breath Hands, who I'm very passionate
She's
supporting.
So much fun, though.
She's great, and I'm very passionate to support her aim in empowering women in developing countries. Because I think it's great that we are the luckiest, more fortunate people on the planet living in Australia. It's
We
great
are
to
very
live
lucky.
here. We are the top wealthiest people on the planet. And it's great, but we can't take that for granted, and we can't just live our lives as it is and not to think about all the other 99% of population.
And take some responsibility for the world that we live in.
Exactly.
Now, there are some other great women speaking that night,
Yeah, Katrina Pollard.
because I'm supposed to keep control of all these amazing women. Wish me luck, everybody.
Yeah, Nicole Kirsch from Fort Campbelling, Lisa Messenger from the Messenger Group, Kim McGuinness from Network Central, Katrina Pollard from CB Communications.
Yeah, who's a great PR
And-
source there.
Yes, and all the women who I asked to be speakers, they've all done a lot for women. They all done a lot of work empowering women in their own ways. So it's going to be very exciting to see and to hear their perspective.
Well, I was part of the meeting while we were all discussing how this particular event was going to run, and there were 8 or 9 very strong-willed, loud, emphatic women putting all their views across that day.
You could cut the energy.
And even I didn't stand a chance getting a word in edgewise, so that was quite amazing. While I sat there thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to fix this?
Yeah, I went home thinking, oh my God, we have so much to learn from these women.
And it's going to be a
great.
great evening. So anybody that is interested in attending that event, that's on the 8th of March. It is in the evening. All those details are on the website of womenasentrepreneurs.com.au. They are on our Facebook page. We have tweeted about it, and it's all over my website as well if you want any of those details.
Yeah.
Book a ticket before they run out. I urge you urgently, let me say that. Thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
evening.
you so much for having me, Angela.
See, not so hard. Not so hard at all. We have one more amazing guest coming up, Mr. Peter Black. What do you think I should do to him? Always surprise Peter.
Put him in a hot seat.
In the hot seat. Okay, well done. Speaking of hot seat, we're going to go to another amazing track, of course, by another young unsigned artist called Cub Scouts, and it's Evie. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Angela's Business Mix, 2SSR.com.au if you want to listen to us via live streaming. We urge you, stick around for the track, stick around for Peter Black.